welcome to Titanium Tarot's Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Leo, okay? This is for Leo that is under any star or planet you have in your chart under Leo. If you do, then great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out, okay? And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, the way I work is that I first pull cards from the Radlech Valentine Fairy Tarot deck, then I clarify those with Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle, and if I need any further clarification, I use Sylvia Netzer's Mirrored Truth Lenormand deck. Okay, now we all have an intuition and it's key that we learn how to use it, so that is why on Monday I put out a video on how to strengthen your intuition. If you're interested, check that out. And also, a reading is like a snapshot of what is the possible future that will come if you continue doing what you're doing. If you want the outcome to change, you can do one of two things, okay? One, change the reader, or two, change what you're doing. So it's really up to you, okay? Now, with that being said, my gorgeous, yes, my gorgeous Leos, let's get into your cards, okay? Yes. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. I'm a Leo rising, so I mean this is also for me. And we got Balance, which is a Sagittarius card, by the way. Okay. Sagittarius, it's the Temperance card, normal tarot. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides. And you got the Nine of Summer in the upright. I like. Okay, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share what they should expect. Prince of Spring in the upright. With the Prince of Autumn at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Oh, we got life experience in the reverse. Okay. Okay, let us clarify. Yes. Okay. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos. First card, Singer of Healing. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Fairy Guide, as well as, well, Shiv the Cruach at the behind that, should I say. Okay, now, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share what they should expect. So it's in the room. They should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share. And you got the singer of intuition. I mean, you got like 3 singers already. Wow, Leos. Wow. With topsy-turvets at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share why the Prince of Spring is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share why the Prince of Spring is here in the upright. And the card is the undressing of a salad with Mike the Mayomancer at the bottom of the deck. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share why the life experience card is here in the reverse. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Leos, please come forward and share why the life experience card is here in the reverse. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good, and you got Lattice Moon's Daughter with Arvel Parrot at the bottom of the deck, with Solace behind that, and the Fawn behind that. Okie dokie. Selenite, by the way. That's what I put on my decks. Yes, I do. First card. You got Balance. Temperance card. Yes. Okay. So this card says, take everyone's input into consideration. Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. Okay. Which is good. Yes. It is good. Okay. Now, if you're the person that I'm picking up on, okay, so this could be a cross-watcher, whichever, right? Who's watching for Leo? This balancing, this temperance, this tempering of things will first and foremost heal you or the other person, mind, body, and spirit. Okay, in regards to a connection. It doesn't necessarily have to be a love connection. It could be a friend connection. It could be something that just didn't pan out well, you know. Something like that. It's a connection. It could be family connection, friend connection, whatever the connection. Just a connection, okay? Could be you and your taxi driver for all I know. It doesn't really matter. Maybe at the beginning of the drive, you were... they or you, someone said something that offended the other, and then, but by the end of the taxi ride, everything's fine. I don't know. And if that actually happens to someone, let me know. Right? So, and the last card you got is Shiv the Cruach, which is the perceptive principle, fertility, nurturing. What did I just say? Okay, so what I just imagined was you got in a taxi cab, and for some reason the you and the taxi driver had something that's different, between you two. It might be different culture, different religion, whatever, something different. But at the start of the taxi ride, you were not happy. You or the other person was not happy about it, but by the end of the taxi ride, things smooth out. Now, this doesn't have to be a taxi ride. It could just be something else. I got this image, so that's what I shared. Now, then you got the 9 of Summer. Now, the 9 of Summer is the 9 of Cups. And this is wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. Yes, things start looking up, looking out. Maybe maybe you got into a car sometime next week in a taxi, and so the day went off at a negative. I didn't go off very well, but then something happened that changed the whole vibe between the two of you. Now, I used the thing of you and your taxi driver, but it could be you and your client, it could be you and your boss, whatever, right? You're the bus driver, I don't care. It doesn't really matter. Just you and this person that you came in contact with might have had something that triggered something in one or the other, and it was like for a while there it was like, I don't feel comfortable. But then by the end of the interaction, it was good. I mean, it could also be you and a clerk or a teller. It doesn't really matter. But whatever it is, this, I guess, was something that you are not used to. But the fact that you were able to put aside your differences and you were able to come out of this connection better, well, you have a much more uplifting, much more positive way of looking at things. And because of that positive way of looking at things, well, it is more probable that you will attract what it is you want into your reality. Okay? I like it how the way I explain the cards and the actual I explain things in a way that it's like the clarifiers are just there, but they're not necessary. So with that, having, let's say, so you had that moment where you're like, oh my God, I did something better. I took that in a better way, right? Oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy. And now because you're happy about this, about whatever happened, okay, it's like you went through a trial. You were triumphant. You came out of that trial, you came out on the other end being triumphant, and now you are on a new level, and you're like, yay! You're happy because you get to experience new things by looking at them differently, which is what is like a great segue to this card, which is Topsy-Turvets. And Topsy-Turvets, okay, is basically looking at things in a different way. But because I think that this card is in the upright, this means that the reason why you're looking at things in a positive light now, in a better light now, is because you learned your lesson and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, now I get it, now you get it. Okay, because you learned your lesson. You took the life experience you took the hardships that life gave you, and you transformed them into something better. You transform them into something better, something you can learn from, something that you can utilize in your daily life. Okay, now, next card. Prince of Spring. Now, the Prince of Spring, okay, is a charming, self-confident, passionate, restless individual. This card says immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. So, now you are feeling good about yourself. You're feeling good about how you interacted with something. You are now on a new level, so you're attracting new people, right? New, different people, because you are on a different vibration. You can, because of that, you are attracting new people who match your vibration. Okay? Now, because you are on a new vibration, other people are perplexed. They're like, what? Nah. Something's changed. And that change seems impossible for this person. Like, oh my God, how did she get there? Or how did he get here? Like, what do they have that I don't? Why are they there and I'm not? You're basically making people a little jelly because they don't comprehend why you're where you are. And that's not your problem, that's theirs. Because the only thing well, I know in my case, the only thing you actually have to do is ask me a question like, how'd you get here? And I'll happily share. But if you just stare at me weirdly, be like, not exactly with that face, I'm doing a caricature, but if you look at me like there's something on my face, well, I'm gonna look at you like there's something on your face. You get it? I'm not trying to be a bitch or a meanie, but I mean, come on. If you had someone looking at you like that, what would you do? What would your response be? Wouldn't you look at them like, the fuck's wrong with you? I feel like, yes, you would. Now, it might be unconsciously, but you have to remember that your subconscious mind controls most of you, okay? Your conscious mind only controls 20% of stuff. Your subconscious mind controls probably, well, if we think about it from a communication standpoint, okay, your verbal communication is like 20%, more or less. Your paraverbal, which is what you say and what you do, what you say and how you say it, your intonation basically, is about 30% more or less. And your subconscious your nonverbal communication, all the stuff that you do unconsciously, okay, is 50. Actually, it's 55, so I can't really, I'm not certain about all the numbers, but I know that it's 55% of what you are actually communicating is subconscious. So you're not really thinking about it consciously. You're actually reacting to what it is that you are perceiving. And so if people are looking at you weird because they don't understand how you're doing it, well, then you are going to respond back to them by looking at them weird because you don't understand why they're looking at you weird. I mean, you get it? It's subconscious. It's nonverbal. You can't think of all these little details. I mean, we're not all actors, okay, who get into a role really well and who can play a part like there's no tomorrow, all right, or as if they have become that person, but we're not all like that. Some of us still react to things, it's reality. So other than if you want to correct this within yourself, just know that you most probably are going to be a little defensive. Okay, when other people are defensive against you, but you don't necessarily know what they're thinking, so you kind of assume, which, by the way, we should never assume. I've learned that the hard way myself. We should never assume. And, yeah. So, we should never assume. It's not easy. Now, next card is Mike, the Myomancer. Now, Mike here talks of small clues everywhere, details, the messages everywhere, and patience. Now, it's not small clues everywhere, it's just small clues. I just say everywhere because it's small clues everywhere. So So it's small clues, details, messages everywhere. Okay, patience. Basically, what I'm getting is that yes, you are attracting someone great, but you are also attracting restless people around, people who aren't necessarily comfortable with the amount of development that you have had, and who look at you funny because of it, and that will get you to look at them funny because you are reacting, or that's your first response, because it's a subconscious thing. It's, you don't think about it, you just do it. When other people, we mirror people, so when people look at us weird, we look at them weird, and it's like, well, what's the problem? Really, what is thy problem? Right? So, but it's just being aware that you are acting through your subconscious, and it's being able to manage it, and it takes time, but it is doable. Okay? So it's just being able to be patient with oneself, being accepting of others, and all that fun stuff. Okay, next, you got the life experience card in the reverse. Now, the life experience card in the reverse is, this card says, in the reverse, this card is all about sticking with belief systems that no longer serve you, and having like an event that should have changed your life not actually change your life. And this week, okay, just this week, there will not be a situation that will lead to a significant opportunity. Possibly because of, maybe this might not be for everybody, but generally speaking, we as people do not like change. Okay? I put it out there. We don't like change. And hey, even I did not like change at the beginning. Before my accident, I hated change. Oh, I despised it. But I'm saying, right? It's always, it's gonna be something that happens not incessantly. Okay? For example, okay, when I'm confronted with people, well, who remind me of who I was before my accident, meaning entitled, who thinks they know better, and who talks in a way that they think they know better and that you should listen to them because they know better. Now, those types of people, those kind of tick me off because I was there and I knew that was what I went through. So it's basically, I'm just like, I no longer can like identify with that type of person because that is what I walked away from. And I'm like, I am staying as far away from that shit as possible. So stay away. You know, so if I ever sound like I'm being a little, not standoffish, but a little putting myself on a pedestal, please let me know. Please, because I'm like, that is the reason why I was being picked on, bullied, and teased when I was a child. And I'm like, I am staying away from that person. I'm a grown adult now. I can be fair and be able to manage myself and keep my head held high without making people feel belittled. Okay? So if I make you feel that way, just let me know. Please. I need to correct that as soon as possible. Okay? I know. Yes. It's kind of, once you get used to change, it kind of becomes your default mode. It becomes a drug. And you can't, and if there's something wrong with you, you have to absolutely fix it. It's just, I feel so like, I I can't deal with that shit no more. It's like, freaking pisses me off. Which is good, because before I used to do that to others. Try to shape others to fit my needs. Nay, now I'm changing myself to fit my needs. Now that is what you want to reach. And I'm saying that with all due respect. Okay. And also respecting the fact that you are where you are, but if you are not really at the level that you should, that if we were not vibing at the same level at this point, you possibly would have left this video at the beginning, because you'd be like, I don't like her vibe, she's weird. You're probably still here because you like my vibe and you like what I say, and you're like, hey, she makes sense. Yeah, I might take her up on that offer. I just might. I don't know if I'm there yet, but I might at some point, which is fine. And I'll be here when you're ready. That's all I'm saying. Because I like what I'm doing, and I'm going to continue doing it. Okay? Now. Yes. Now. Life experience in the reverse. So something that is going to teach you a very important lesson. Maybe what is happening is because you got to the 9 of summer, you're like, oh my God, I'm so much better. I don't need to get any better than this. Well, when you get to that level and you start feeling that way, life is going to throw you down a peg. And it's going to be like, bitch, please, you have much to learn, okay? You are not Jesus. Or you're not Mother Teresa. So you sit down where you are and don't try to be what you're not. Okay? Yeah. So, yes. And the reason for that, the reason why you're not being able to take the value out of a life-changing experience, okay, is partly because of that, and also because of, well, what you're going to need at this point is illumination. So sometimes you need to go up Schitt's Creek without a paddle to notice that you're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. And you're like you've got your hands all up in shit, you know, and you're like, what is this? But until you don't go, what is this? You won't be like taking yourself out of the situation. That is a very important key fact. If you don't see that the pond that you're in is full of shit, you won't get yourself out of it. You know, you need something to like jog your memory and be like, holy shit, where am I? You know, excuse my language, ladies and men. It's not just me. Excuse my language. Excuse my French, as they would say. So you need some light. Light is gonna come at some point, but for this moment, I don't think it is, because you are still kind of closing your eyes at the fact that there is something that needs to be addressed. Is basically all that what I was trying to say. Okay, next. See, you haven't communicated with yourself that there is a problem that needs to be addressed. And so you can't really be fixing it because you don't know what it is yet, right? That's when you have solace, spiritual empowerment, knowledge, consciousness, synthesis. So it's basically coming. The knowledge that there's something that is not 100% correct is on its way. Okay? And when it arrives, you are going to be like, whoa, knowledge. And with that knowledge, you will be able to understand, you will be one step closer to understanding the nature of nature, natural magic, natural wisdom, and just natural magic. Okay? So, my gorgeous Leos, my gorgeous and fellow Leos, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Okay, now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. Okay, and with that being said, my gorgeous Leos, I'd like to remind you that we all have an intuition, and it's key that we learn how to use it. So on Mondays I put out a video for that exact same reason, so check that out, please. And with that being said, I would like to wish you guys a very happy week, a very good and happy week, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.